You feel bloated, tired, and maybe even heavier. But that might actually mean your fast is working. These weird symptoms, yeah, they're actually proof your body's detox pathways are just lit up. Most people quit here not knowing they're just days away from fat burning mode. Don't make that mistake. So here are the 7 strange signs that your fasting is actually working. Number 1, the scale goes up. Most people fast expecting the scale to plummet. So when it jumps 2 to 5 pounds, they panic. But here's the kicker. Weight gain can actually be a sign your fast is working. See, your body stores what's called glycogen. This is stored sugar in your liver and in your muscle cells. Each gram of glycogen binds with 3 to 4 grams of water. As fasting mobilizes glycogen, your body also holds on to water to flush toxins. Inflammation can also rise temporarily during this detox process. So that temporary swelling means more water retention. Think of it like cleaning your house. The place looks messier at first. Dust everywhere, trash bags piling up, but it's because you're in the process of clearing it out. Same thing in your body. What this really means is your fat stores are starting to mobilize. You're not gaining fat, you're seeing water and detox weight. So what can you do about this to go through this process faster? Support the flush here. Drink mineral-rich water with electrolytes. Add a pinch of sea salt or trace minerals to your water. And when you break your fast, break it with potassium-rich foods like avocados or bone broth. This helps restore balance and drop that fake weight quickly. Weird sign number 2, you feel bloated or puffy. Another curveball here. Fasting can make your stomach feel bigger, not smaller at first. You see, when you fast, your digestive system finally gets a break. When bad bacteria die off, they release something called endotoxins, LPS, lipopolysaccharides. That may cause gas, bloating, and even puffiness. You see, your gut lining is also shedding damaged cells and rebuilding new ones. That is repair in motion. This is actually a good sign. Your gut microbiome is adapting to the changes and it is rebalancing. If you ride it out, you'll often notice a flatter stomach and smoother digestion within days. Now, what can you do to speed this process along? Break the fast with bone broth, sauerkraut or sauerkraut juice, pickle juice, or lightly steamed cruciferous vegetables. These feed the good bacteria and they soothe the gut lining. I would avoid breaking the fast with processed carbs or sugar because that would feed the bad bacteria you just starved off. Weird sign number 3 that your fast is working. You feel exhausted or foggy. This one discourages most beginners. Low energy, headaches, brain fog. You see, what's happening is you're switching from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. Your mitochondria are literally reprogramming. In that transition, there's something often called the keto flu, where you may feel drained, like you're getting sick, until your body gets really good at burning fat and producing ketones. You see, it's not really an accurate label, the keto flu. It's really carbohydrate withdrawal symptoms. Your body was so familiar being a sugar burner for so many years, and as we transition to being a fat burner, it can create some symptoms. Fogginess, headaches, you feel like you're getting sick. So your brain also needs to upregulate transporters to allow to use ketones for fuel. Once you get fat adapted, then you have mental clarity, energy, and sharp focus like you've never experienced before. Now, there's some things you can do to prevent this process from happening, the keto flu-like symptoms, or overcome it faster. I would recommend the following. Use black coffee, high-quality organic black coffee, or high-quality green tea, or even hydrogen water during your fast. These can accelerate mitochondrial adaptation. And make sure you keep your electrolytes up. Magnesium, sodium, potassium. The electrolyte loss in this process is one of the major reasons why you experience these keto flu-like symptoms. One of the things I have all of my Fat Loss Academy students do is to drink what I call my Keto Camp cocktail during your fast every day, which includes 16 ounces of high-quality spring water. I like Mountain Valley. I like Icelandic water. In glass is preferred. And then you want to put 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a pinch of sea salt, and a pinch of cream of tartar. Mix it together, drink it through a straw. This is an electrolyte drink that will replenish what is being lost. Weird sign number 4, you feel cold during your fast. Hands, feet, heck, even your body might feel a little chilly. It's unsettling, but it actually could be a sign of repair. Here's why it happens. During a fast, blood flow is redirected inward to prioritize organ healing and detox. You see, your body is smart. Number one priority for the human body is survival. So during a fast, it's considered a stressful event, and your body doesn't know you're doing it for health benefits. It thinks you're going through a famine. It wants you to survive. So it takes blood flow away from your extremities, your hands, and your toes, because it doesn't care if you lose your fingers and toes, but it cares about your organs, and it directs that blood flow to those vital organs. Also, your energy hormone, your active thyroid hormone, T3, might slightly drop to conserve energy here, which is a natural adaptation to fasting. The result is cold sensation. Fun fact, animals in the wild often stop eating and rest when injured or sick. Coldness in the body signals the same healing mode. So what's the hack? What can you do? Layer up, wear some extra clothing, but don't fear the cold. In fact, combining fasting with intentional cold exposure can be a game changer for your health, like cold showers, ice baths, or just splashing cold water on your face and neck. This actually amplifies mitochondrial biogenesis, the creation of new mitochondria, and accelerates fat burning. Weird sign number 5, weird skin breakouts or even rashes. This freaks people out, but it's usually detox in action. Your body fat is where you store your toxins, and we accumulate these toxins over our lifetime, and they are stored in your fat cells because the solution to pollution is dilution. So the body will send those toxins, they're called obesogens, right into your fat cells. And during your fasting routine, you're gonna be burning fat for fuel. That's great. However, you could shed these toxins, heavy metals, plastics, pesticides. Fasting mobilizes these fats, and with them, you dump the toxins. And if your liver and kidney and downstream detox pathways are overwhelmed or closed down, your skin steps up as a backup system to clear these toxins. This could lead to temporary acne, rashes, or itchiness. These are toxins leaving through your skin and your pores. It's actually a good sign. Your body is actively releasing junk that it couldn't do when you were not fasting. Now, what can you do here? There's some hacks. Support your liver during refeeding with bitter-rich foods. So during your eating window, you want to consume bitter-rich foods because that liver is your body's major detoxification and fat loss organ. So you want to consume bitters during your eating window. Arugula, artichokes, dandelion greens. You want to consume lemons and limes. Season your meats with rosemary, thyme, basil. Apple cider vinegar is great to drink 30 minutes before a meal or during your fast. And you also want to break your fast gently so your detox organs don't get slammed. Again, avocados, eggs, steamed veggies, bone broth, these are great ways to break a fast, even a high quality protein shake. And you could also add sauna or sweating into the mix, which will help clear some of those toxins more efficiently. Weird sign number 6, you feel emotional or irritable. Look, fasting isn't just physical, it's an emotional detox. This is why every religion in the world practices some form of fasting. It's a spiritual experience. Stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, these rise during your fast. It's completely normal, but it makes you more reactive. Your body wants you to be more alert and focused so you could go hunt and kill and stay alive. But also, if you have stored trauma, yes, emotions also get locked into fat cells like toxins. These can be released as fat mobilizes. So that sudden wave of irritability, mood swings, or even crying spells is your nervous system rewiring itself. Think of it as fasting for your soul. So what can you do? Practice deep breathing. 4-second inhale through your nostril, 4-second exhale through your nostrils. You could journal. You could get vitamin G, gratitude, and feel gratitude. Think of all the things you're grateful for. I want you to reframe it. This isn't a weakness, it's a release. Weird sign number 7, strange metallic taste or even bad breath. This one is probably the clearest, easiest one to measure during a fast. See, as you break down fat for fuel, which is what we want, your body will start producing ketones. One byproduct of ketones is a ketone body called acetone, which is expelled through your breath. So that metallic taste or funky breath is proof you're making ketones, you're burning fat. So this is great. So what can you do? Don't kill it with sugary gums or artificial mints. Instead, what you can do is you could chew on parsley, drink more high quality water, and just let your body adapt because after a few days, this will go away. Now I'm gonna share some autophagy hacks to boost your fasting results. Now, autophagy is that cellular cleanup process where your body starts getting rid of damaged cells, damaged mitochondria, fixing out the junk, and creating healthier cells that burn fat, produce more energy, and help you feel good. So how do you boost this during your fast? Here's what I would recommend. Light exercise or even moderate to high intensity exercise during your fast can boost autophagy. So what you can do is go for a walk, a long walk during your fast. And if you're really feeling good and you're fat adapted, you're metabolically flexible, you could do some sprinting, some burst training, or even some strength training during your fast to really enhance autophagy. It will raise human growth hormone, you'll burn more fat, and actually you'll get faster results because you'll burn through those sugar reserves much faster, adding exercise during your fasting window. Second thing is to break your fast the right way with protein and fat. I already gave you several options before, but these are good options for you to break a fast with. Eggs, salmon, avocado, bone broth, protein shake, grass-fed beef. Protein and fat is how you want to break the fast, not high carbohydrates. The third thing you can do to enhance autophagy is to stack hormetic stressors. What does that mean? Well, fasting is considered a hormetic stress, just like exercise. When you do the right amount of exercise at the right amount of intensity with the right amount of recovery, you benefit. But if you do too much for too long and you don't recover, you don't benefit, you actually make things worse. This is called hormesis. So you want to stay within this hormetic ceiling. What you can do is add cold exposure, sauna, red light therapy, other stressors you want to slowly incorporate during your fast to achieve more autophagy. The last thing you can do during your eating window to continue getting autophagy is to consume foods that are called senolytic foods. These are foods that boost autophagy. Green tea, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon has been known to activate the AMPK pathways, which activates autophagy. And even mushroom extract like reishi and lion's mane, there's supplements you can take. So you could have this during your eating window to continue enhancing autophagy. Now, I'm gonna address some of the questions you submitted on this topic, but before I do, I want you to join my upcoming fat loss masterclass. I will dive deeper into fasting, melting visceral fat, and how to restore your metabolism, feel incredible. This is my 17 years plus of research in a 90-minute masterclass. And part of that 90-minute masterclass, I'll be actually answering your questions live on the Zoom call. So this is free, this is live, it's not recorded. If you scan the QR code on the screen or go to meltyourfat.com or click the first link in the description box below, you could reserve your free spot. Now let's get to your questions. How long does the brain fog usually last before I feel more energy? Usually it's 7 days. At that 7-day mark, your body is more fat adapted. You're producing and using ketones. And now the brain fog should be completely gone. Now, for some people that are really overweight, insulin resistant, it could take up to 14 days, but stick and stay, it is bound to pay. How long do these weird signs usually last before I see results? Again, 7 days seems to be the sweet spot for most people. A lot of people give up when they get symptoms, thinking those symptoms, oh my gosh, I might be doing something wrong. This is not working. Your body is adapting. I want you to think of how many years you've been in a sugar-burning, fed state. Now you're getting into a fat-burning, fasted state. Years of damage can't be undone in a day or two. And heck, even 7 days is pretty quick. Now, for some people, it could take a couple weeks, but most people, it's going to be 7 days. So stick with it. And again, if you want more coaching and advanced tips, then you got to join my masterclass over at meltyourfat.com. How do I know if I'm in fat burning mode or just starving myself? Well, the best way to know is to test your blood glucose and to test your blood ketones. And you can do it at home with a machine called the Keto Mojo. You simply buy a Keto Mojo, which comes with strips, and you grab one of the strips, you grab the lancet, and you prick your finger with the lancet. It draws a little bit of some blood. You put that blood on the glucose strip, put the glucose strip into the meter, it gives you a reading. Use the same blood for now the ketone strip, that goes into the meter, and you get the reading. If your ketones are 0.5 or above, you're in fat burning mode. So that's how you will officially know if you're burning fat instead of sugar. I use the Keto Mojo. A lot of my students use it as well. You could get it over at ketocampmachine.com. Hope this lesson was valuable. Share it with somebody you know who's thinking of doing fasting or is doing fasting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you love this lesson, you're going to want to watch a previous lesson I just published on why sugar, carbs, are not the number one cause of obesity. Something else is. This is a full keynote presentation I did in Phoenix, Arizona. Here is a clip from that lesson, and I'll see you in that next video.